Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. I am going to do my 50,000 subscriber giveaway vid on Monday, so make sure you guys tune in for that one. It will be a cash giveaway, £1,000, so we'll do 500 and then 2 lots of 250. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how you can win, how you can enter on that video on Monday, so make sure you watch that video. All right, let's jump straight in and see what there is to talk about. So that's not bad, is it? £1,000. I was thinking about doing like an iPhone and or PlayStation, all that crap. But I thought, you know what? Cash is king, right? So yeah, and it's easier for me to send it out. So yeah, on Monday, I'll let you guys know because I have no idea how I'm going to give that away. All right, let's jump straight in and see what there is. All right, Dave Allen, not planning retirement. Of course, I'll box again. Obviously, Dave Allen coming off that defeat to Fraser Clark didn't help with all the low blows, but ultimately I think he got his jaw broken. And the corner said enough was enough after the 6th round, I believe. Look, I don't want to see Dave Allen box again. I don't, but this is boxing, and rarely, very rarely do boxers go out when they should go out. Very rarely. I mean, Andre Ward is one that springs to mind recently. Carl Froch had a couple of big offers on the table, decided not to take them. Lennox Lewis as well. But most times boxers go on and on and on and on, and eventually, it doesn't bode well for their health. Look, it's not a healthy sport, but I mean, the kind of punishment Dave Allen takes from big heavyweights, you'd rather just see him focus on what he's been focusing on for the last couple of years, which is training fighters. I know he manages some fighters as well. But again, boxers, I mean, they want that rush. It isn't always money, by the way, as well. I mean, look, Dave Allen obviously is going to get paid decent for that Fraser Clark fight, but it isn't always money. Sometimes it's just that rush of being in the ring, walking out to a big crowd. It was a big fight card. They chase that, don't they? They chase that buzz all the time, and sometimes they try and find it in other ways, which is why you see boxers kind of spiral down the drink and drugs route, because they're trying to chase that high and that buzz all the time. I have heard Dave Allen say, look, he wants to find where his level's at and compete there. Bear in mind, Fraser Clark is an Olympic bronze medalist. So maybe Dave Allen's now sort of transitioned into this kind of gatekeeper guy for young heavyweights coming through in this country. Maybe that's what he wants to do. I don't know. Jay Opataya, I know Thompson is dangerous, but I'm coming for war. Yeah, September 30th, this one. A bit of a surprise fight, I have to admit. I don't think anyone saw this one coming. But look, we'll see what Thompson can do. He's clearly got heavy hands. Jay Opataya does look a bit special, though. So I think this is going to be a tough one for Thompson, but we'll see. Remember, it was supposed to be Jay Opataya versus Richard Riakporhe. All the issue about boxer pulling Richard Riakporhe or boxer pulling out of the purse bids. That would have been, I think, more competitive. But I think Thompson's going to cause in some problems. But surely Jay Opataya wins this one. Fury warns Usyk to be reasonable on the money. If he fights Hrgovic, he'll get hardly anything. I was at this press conference yesterday, and it was a spectacle. It really was. It had everything. There was a red carpet event, and I don't think I've seen that much media before. I mean, you get that kind of media in the big Vegas fights, right? But I don't think I've seen that kind of media turn out for a UK fight, and I'm including the AJ ones in this one. So much media, so much different type of media as well. It wasn't just sports media. They tried to get a lot of influencers there. There were some former pro footballers there, like Rio Ferdinand was there. And I don't know who half of these influencers are, but I've been told that one was from Love Island, that one was from Celebrity Love Island. I don't know who they are. But they were trying something different with the red carpet, which I thought was interesting. We've seen red carpets before, but this one just felt a bit bigger. And then the event itself was held at this place called the Alternet, which I didn't know, on Tottenham Court Road. 2 massive posters or screens of Fury and Ngannou, which looked incredible. But yeah, it just felt really big. Felt really big. Felt like a lot of money had been spent on it. And yeah, it's going to do good numbers. It's not always, sometimes you can just sort of pick things out and think, okay, this is obviously trending to do something big. And I think the press conference and all the media that was there showed that, okay, people are interested in this. Maybe not us hardcore boxing fans, although we're all going to watch it, let's be honest. But I think it's garnered a lot of interest, obviously from the MMA world and other bits as well. So I think it's going to be big. Before we talk about the Fury Ngannou and what Fury said about Usyk, it was crazy to see that Wardley, David Adelaide kind of skirmish. I was right there. I was talking to someone, and then you just see a skirmish. You turn over, and you just see hands being thrown. Obviously, Wardley got cut. I think he got a cut on his chin, which was a bad cut, and then over his eye, and then I think his nose area. So I'm not quite sure what happens with him. It doesn't look like the worst cut. I think their fight still will go ahead October 28th. There were so many people. I saw so many tweets about David Adelaide sucker punched him. I'm like, this is how rumors start that are just not true. I was there. I was like, what are you talking about? He didn't sucker punch him. Just tell the truth. Like, one thing that was wrong was, I think, one of Adelaide's sort of people that were around him, I think they tried to land, or I don't know if Fabio Wardley was going down already. I don't know if he tripped on a wire, but they landed a punch on Fabio Wardley. It wasn't David Adelaide. If anything, David Adelaide was doing an interview and Fabio Wardley kind of approached him. And I'm like, security needs to be there because these two don't like each other. And then obviously Adelaide pushed him, and then that obviously started everything. But it wasn't Adelaide that sucker punched Fabio Wardley. Ultimately, and this is, I guess, the bad side of it all, it promotes the fight a bit more. Does it not? I mean, I was already interested in that fight. Now you're like, well, I fucking can't wait to see this one. It is a shame, I guess, for DAZN and Matchroom, because Eddie's been talking about making that fight for a long time. And now it looks like, I'm guessing Wardley's left Matchroom. And I mean, if you're Wardley, this is a big fight card to be on. And I'm guessing it'll be co-main event. So you can understand why he's taken this one. But yeah, back to Fury Ngannou. Fury, yeah, when he took his top off, I can't remember who I was with. And we were like, there's no way that this man should be able to do what he does when he is in that shape. Like, he took his top off and there was like a lump of fat. There's 2 lumps of lard fat that were almost just hanging out of his trousers. And he's got these really skinny legs. He is the most unathletic person I've ever seen that is a top athlete. I can't think of a more unathletic person, yet he is so good and so fit. I can't ever think of a fight where I've seen Fury get tired. Think about that for a second. And honestly, I don't know. He almost just makes sort of strength and conditioning coaches laugh, because they'll look at that physique and like, no, it's not proper. You're not going to win. Even Ngannou laughed at it. I'm thinking, Ngannou, dude, that's the guy who's about to fuck you up. Don't talk about his physique. But yeah, look, it felt big. Look, good luck to Ngannou. I spoke to a few people. I was doing some interviews. I was there for TalkSport. And I was like, Fury will destroy him. Like, there's no way Fury shouldn't destroy him. Ngannou's strong and he's big. And now all of a sudden he's the hardest hitting combat sports athlete of all time. But the fact is, he's never boxed professionally. And he's facing someone who has been boxing since he was 6 and is unbeaten and is the lineal heavyweight champion and is the best heavyweight on the planet. That gulf is too big. Do you know what I mean? That gulf is too big. Like, Fabio Wardley would fuck up Ngannou. Do you know? Like Moses Atuma should fuck up Ngannou. Is it Moses? It is Moses, isn't it? The good one. It is. I need to get that right. I hope I haven't got that wrong. Or is it Caro Atuma? Which Atuma brother is it? Two six. I don't want to get this wrong. Have I got that wrong? If I have, it's going to bother the fuck out of me. I've got it right. Yeah, I've got it right. Yeah, Moses Atuma would fuck him up. So, yeah, I don't think he's got any chance, if I'm honest with you. All this, I'm training with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's not a trainer. So, yeah, I don't see how he's got a chance. I will say this, though. This fight's going to do over 1 million pay-per-view buys. This whole thing. And, there's this weird... Obviously, look, I want to see Fury versus Usyk. I want to see Fury versus the winner of Zhang Joyce. I'd like to see Fury versus AJ sometime down the line. Am I going to fucking kick Fury to death because he's taken this money from Saudi Arabia and maybe not having these fights against Usyk? No. Who isn't doing it? Like, there was a time when I was a bit like, oh, Fury's a disgrace and he should fight Usyk. And I'm like, well, 1 second, wait a minute. These are fighters. These are fighters. The idea for them right now, and Fury's won every single belt you can win. He's won every belt you can win. Yes, he's not been undisputed, but he's had all the belts. The idea for these guys at this stage of their career is make as much money as possible. We, as fight fans, like to talk about things like legacy. They talk about money. I think we saw AJ do it at the Franklin press conference. It's all about money. Everyone is taking the Saudi Arabian money. Like it or not, they're all doing it. All the footballers are doing it. All the golfers are doing it. Tennis stars are doing it. Why should boxers not do it? Why should the hardest, for me, the toughest sport out there, why should they say, no, I'm not doing it? You know, I want a legacy fight. It's bullshit. Honestly, it's bullshit. Do I want to see Fury Usyk? Yeah, more than you guys, or maybe the same as you guys. I desperately do. But if like, you know, I always do this, don't I? But if like all the options roll on my desk, right? All the options are rolled on my desk. So I've got Usyk on my desk. I've got AJ on my desk. I've got Ngannou. So let's weigh up the risk reward here. Ngannou, the person that's never boxed before. Usyk, AJ. What? Ngannou's more money? Ngannou, please. I speak to so many boxers when they're retired, and none of them talk legacy. They all talk about money. That's all they talk about, because their sport's been so hard, and they've only started making money the last couple of years of a sport they've been doing for 25, 30 years. It's true. Do you know what I mean? When you think of it like that, it's true. So I don't necessarily blame Fury. Do I want to see Fury Usyk next? Hopefully. But I also understand why he's chasing money, because everyone's doing it. Every single sports star is doing it. You know, some of the most righteous golfers were like, I'm never going to this Live Golf. A couple months later, Live Golf chuck in a couple more million. Oh yeah, you know, it's a great project. You know, Liverpool captain, England vice captain Jordan Henderson. Like, you know, I don't like and agree with what they're doing in Saudi Arabia and Qatar. A couple of months later, a couple more million, I'm in Qatar. I'm in Saudi Arabia. The best footballer on the planet who won Ballon d'Or last year is called Karim Benzema. Best footballer on the planet. Where is he right now? Saudi Arabia. Everyone's taking their money, so I'm not gonna kick rocks at Tyson Fury for doing exactly the same thing. Just I can't do it. Everyone's doing it. Everyone is doing it. As for the Usyk thing, look, I hope he fights Usyk. I really do. It needs to happen now. I think we saw against Dubois that Usyk looks like he's slowed down just a little bit. Fury's obviously slowed down as well. They're both old. They're going to slow down. It needs to happen now. It needs to happen. For me, they're still 1 and 2. Fury's definitely 1. Usyk's definitely 2. Let's make it happen. You know what I did see yesterday? And I was just, as I was watching it, I was looking at this whole place. I was like, my God, this is, you know, again, more media than I've ever seen in my life. I was like, if Fury fights AJ, this room's not big enough. That's what I was doing. I was looking around like, if Fury fights AJ, like the press conference might need to happen at like fucking Wembley Arena or something. If AJ, it's all ifs and buts, isn't it? But if AJ were to get past Wilder, Fury AJ is just, it's a slam dunk. It's a slam dunk, and it's the biggest thing it's the biggest heavyweight fight ever. It will do more numbers, I'm convinced, than the biggest heavyweight fight ever, which I believe is Tyson Holyfield 2. I think it's that. It does more than that. I'm convinced it does more than that. If it's all dependent on AJ beating Wilder. If AJ were to completely annihilate Wilder and like make the Fury fight, it's bigger than anything. Anyway, let's move on and see what else there is to talk about. Balanga still in discussions with Matchroom about Munguia fight. Need all financial details. Money in it. Like, it's just all about money for these fighters. You know, when we talk about people like we, as fight fans, think of belts and legacy and all that. Money. Pay me. Pay me or I'm not doing anything. Pay me or I'm doing one fight a year. Oh, God. Eddie Hearn, Spence will be stronger at 154 pounds, but Crawford's still the big favourite to win. Yes and no. Crawford favourite to win, big favourite. I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure. I like Spence. I like what Spence can do. Again, watching that fight back, don't get me wrong, Crawford went into that bag and brought out tools that Spence hasn't seen before, but Spence had some spots in there. I was just surprised at how Crawford was able to eat Spence punches. Can he eat them at 154? We'll see. We'll see. 2 seconds. Should we end on this one? Zhang, kind of what I've said. Ngannou doesn't even have a puncher's chance. College student against kindergarten. Jeez. It is that. It really is that. Like, I think there's some people, like a few of my friends are like, bro, I think the MMA guy's going to do it because they just look at physiques. So a few people hit me up after Tyson Fury took his top off and were like, dude, Fury, nah, man, this Ngannou dude ain't muscles. Fury is the proof. Muscles have nothing to do with this. And honestly, muscles have nothing to do with this. Skills pay the bills. And Ngannou, unfortunately, has no skills. Yes, if he lands one, but I think we've seen people land one on Fury and he can get up. And Fury now is a case of if Fury lands one, because Fury can hit as well, Fury wins this, one arm behind his back. Remember that famous picture of Conor McGregor against Alvarez, Madison Square Garden, where he has his hands behind his back. That's what Fury can and probably will do against Francis Ngannou. But look, well done to Francis. Fury said yesterday that he's making 10 million, which is basically all of his UFC career combined in one fight. That's what he's doing. That's what he's eating. All right, guys, girls, I will see you maybe tomorrow, maybe not. Peace.